That's the sound of happiness. All right, now we are going to glam up your life. And I have been waiting for these to come back. Oh, you know, we've been doing this for a couple of years, but this is actually has enhancements that well, based on what you wanted, we've got them for you. Here's the other thing. You need more than one. And because we just got these back in stock, that's what I'm recommending. Get more than one for sure. Fully assembled, no toolkit required. Look at the spectacular display there. Speaking of spectacular, 3 flex pays. We've got them now. Definitely get more than one. Chad Allen joining us with all his glitz and glamour from his house. Chad, I gotta tell you, okay, so I love the original version, but the color changing and the fact that I don't need like a toolkit or need to mess around or look for batteries, I mean, none of that nonsense. I don't have to worry about, you know, bulbs breaking. I don't worry about glass shattering. If I did, I'd have the shark hand vac, you know, to clean up the pieces. But the big thing we always say is get them while we've got them, because they always sell out and then they sell out early. And most people get more than one. So let's talk about the enhancements and just what a fabulous addition these are to our home. Welcome to our Friday night, my friend.
Hi, Shannon. Hi, everybody. Yeah, you're well right. If you have purchased one of these in the last couple of years, or even the last 3 or 4 years, and you're thinking, that looks exactly like mine, you are absolutely correct. From the exterior, it looks exactly the same. So if you were looking for a second or a third or even a fourth to complete your set, if you're one of the many, many, many reviews who were very positive but gave it a 1 star because we were sold out, now is your chance. We've done some enhancements right off the top. I'll give it to those of you first. We've changed the battery pack. It's now a twist top battery pack with a gasket seal on the inside. No more trying to find that little screwdriver to undo those little tiny screws anymore. That's gone, that's out the window. This is a new and improved battery pack, and we're even giving you the batteries included with your purchase today, okay? So that's right on the top. And that battery pack, by the way, is what's powering these 2 LED globes on the inside. We've also enhanced the battery smart timer. Now the smart timer is built in, it's automatic. When you flip the switch the first time, you're never ever gonna have to turn it on again. And what do I mean by that is that every time, at the same time every night, it's gonna come on for 4 hours, stay on for 4 hours, and then go off for 20. It used to be on for 6 and then off for 18, but the review said that might be a little long. So we even changed it, and now it's 4 hours on, 20 hours off. But what are we talking about? We're talking about a 2-tier chandelier, a chandelier that shines and shimmers in the daytime as the sunlight hits it with all the reflective squares. And then at night, past the 2 tiers of strands, you're going to notice on the inside are 2 LED globes that at night allow the light to shine from the inside out. So it's beautiful in the daytime, it's beautiful at night. 52 of those strands on that 2-tier design. There's 2 steel rings right there with springs around them. So in fact, actually, I'm going to tighten this battery pack right here. I just wanted to show you the gasket, which is there. Even if you go all to the side, just like this, if the springs weren't there, all those strands would just fall to one side, right? So that means if the wind comes and knocks it over, a storm comes and knocks it over, it's not going to matter because it's fully assembled. So those springs hold each one of these into place. So if you're looking at this thinking like that's going to get tangled, I don't want to have to assemble that, you have nothing to worry about. Shannon, you know, you pull it out of the box, you hang it up, the batteries are included, there's no cost of ownership. And after maybe about a year, you might have to change the batteries, but quite frankly, even if you didn't ever change the batteries again, and you just let it, like in the video here, the sunlight hit it, it's going to be one of the most beautiful pieces that you've ever purchased at a ridiculous price.
Well, at a ridiculous price is right, because I knew Chad, because Chad and I are both fancy. I have chandeliers in my bathroom and my powder bath. I mean, so trust me, I know how much chandeliers cost, and the upkeep and the maintenance is not easy. I mean, trying to clean those little pieces of crystal. I mean, when you put them in, you're like, oh, I'm fancy. And then it's like, how am I going to clean this thing? You know, plus I've got, you know, bulbs that I can't even find online anymore because lighting systems change, because I've been in my house for 20 years. The whole idea is you get so much bang for your buck. And, you know, even if you're doing something online, if you've got your own YouTube channel, your own beauty, you know, you're an Instagrammer wannabe, you want to talk about how you build your on-brand identity. This is bang for your buck that just is stellar, is over the top. Or if you just want something fun. My niece, I don't know if she is like me or vice versa, but you should see her bedroom. She definitely reminds me of me. Hi, Lexi and Hunter, if you're watching. She's got the canopy bed. She's got the unicorn, the whole 9 yards. For a little girl in your life, in your powder bath, even in your closet, glam up your life, honey. And they're glam and go. I know that might sound kind of funny, but since we were talking about the EcoFlow Delta, by the way, if you want the EcoFlow with the solar panel, we've got about 40 of them, so keep that in mind. But Chad, you could make the case, because they collapse, this takes glamping to a whole new level. Whether it's dormitories and you just really want to jazz up that space, if it's that dark nook, if it's that entry area, that powder bath on either side of a bed, the one thing that you and I just really recommend, and certainly I am no decorator, although I will tell you, if I could do one thing, I'd probably, do catering or decorating. I'd love to do both. Get more than one. They always say, in pairs at the very least. I mean, certainly if you've got a little alcove or nook, one is fine, but that's one of the reasons that these sell out so quickly is most people get more than one, don't they?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, when you read any interior design magazine or any book, I've read them all. I've spent a good amount of time researching interior design for quite a few years now. And if something's not too unique, and I mean, like, if it's not like some sort of unique snake print painting you're going to put on the wall, especially when it comes to lighting, buy them in more than one, 2s or 3s. Don't buy these, and I can't believe I'm saying this as somebody who's trying to sell you a chandelier. Don't buy 5 of these. Don't buy 7 of these. This is something you need 2s or 3s of. That's how lighting works. Like, I've hung 2 right here, and I could have hung them at exactly the same height and the same width here. What I've done is I put them in 2 different, I've staggered them. Now, if I had a 3rd one, maybe I'd put a 3rd one down or up. This has Renee's stamp of approval. Renee, my mother, she hangs them, her and her husband, my stepfather, Dell. They go on, they have an RV, right? So they go to the campgrounds, and they have that canopy that comes out off the RV. You know what I'm talking about? And so either side of the canopy, they have one of these on both sides. And she just says, honey, you don't believe the amount of people that in the campground, just random strangers that come up to me and say, where did you find those? I've been looking for something where I didn't have to call an electrician. I didn't have to wire anything. I didn't have to plug anything in. I didn't have to worry about how delicate it was. Do you see what I'm doing here? I know you can probably hear it, but this isn't an item you're ever going to have to worry about. This is meant to be out. And in fact, I thought the graphics used to say it, indoor or outdoor. This can be outside. And when we talk about things that have to be outside or that can be used outside, the quality of materials we have to use in order to say those things has to be the next level, the top tier, right? And normally when that happens, you talk about numbers that are $100, $200 when you're talking about lighting. I bought a table lamp the other day that cost over $100 for a table lamp. I thought it was pretty, but I can't take it outside, and I also have to plug it in. So this is going to fit this is going to go to all those areas that Shannon was just describing, above a bathtub, above your vanity, on the outdoor patio set, on either end of the couch where you don't have an outlet to plug something in all of a sudden. If you're just joining us, don't forget this is battery powered. This is not wired by any sense of the mean. It just has a little O-ring on the top. I have it hanging from the ceiling here by a chain. You can hang it from wherever you would hang a plant or a potted plant, anything like that. Batteries are included. We built in the smart timer, so when you flip it on the first time, it's going to come on every night at the exact same time. Stay on for 4 hours and then go off for 20. That means if you turned it on at 6 p.m. at night, it's going to stay on from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then go off without you ever having to do anything again. Come on at 6 o'clock that next night and every night thereafter. And if there's one thing I think we've all learned in the last couple of years, if there's something cheap and cheerful that we can sort of without being inexpensively made, right? If it's a high quality but cheap and cheerful, it makes us feel a little better. So every time you look out the window and you're glaring out the kitchen window and you see this beautiful chandelier shining, you're going to smile. And if there's anything we all need after the last couple of years, Shannon,
it's so true.
And you know what? Okay, smile in our life.
Just because I'm feeling myself. Here's your installation. You ready?
Beautiful.
Look it, I'm a handyman. I mean, seriously. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's Your
That's it.
I mean, that's your installation slash
And Shannon, it's
assembly.
because of the springs.
Okay.
You see the springs around the silver rings
Yeah.
at the top. There's springs around those. That spring is so simple, but yet effective. So the
Right.
little strands don't get caught. They don't swing around that circle at all. They stay exactly where we've placed them when we built these. That twist off battery cap there at the top, there's no screws, which means there's no screwdriver, which means you never have to fumble around to the junk drawer to find that little tiny screwdriver. And at the very top, thank you for being my hands, Shannon. At the very top, there's a little O-ring. So anywhere where you can put that O-ring, it just weighs a couple of pounds, folks. Anywhere where you can hang that O-ring is going to be the perfect place for this. Oh, Shannon, I'm actually going to unplug my lights here and just bring them down a little bit.
You read my mind. That's what I want to do.
At night, it just looks so beautiful because it shines from the inside out. Now, there's some ambient light here in my house, of course. It's not completely dark, but imagine looking out of this, out of your kitchen window, those two LED globes on the inside, shining and shimmering. And then look as I sort of dig in, imagine the wind was blowing. Shannon, there just isn't anything more beautiful in our assortment. I am thrilled and humbled to be the one who gets to present these because I don't know anybody who would say no to presenting these on the air because it's such a beautiful delight to have in your home.
It's true. We're all going to be fighting over them like we always are. I get first dibs. You get first dibs. Do it now and get more than one while we've got them. I mean, purchase no regrets, extended holiday return policy. Chad, always a treat to have you here. Happy Friday, my friend.
Happy Friday. Hey, I'll be back at 11 p.m. with Leslie Mann Machado.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chad. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Hey, don't hang up. Remember, I do recommend, as does Chad, getting multiples of that. You can also apply and buy if you want to do your HSN card. A $10 off promotion is going right now. All right, we've got lots of things to come. We have my favorite